What up, fam? This is Steven Talbert. This is TalbyReacts. Today, I'm going to give you my State of the Union for Dragon Ball Z, or kind of where I think Dragon Ball Z is going. So kind of to go back in time, I've always been a big, huge Dragon Ball Z fan. I remember it like when I was like 12 years old. Like that's all I cared about was Dragon Ball Z. It was like I wanted pictures, I wanted to watch it. I watched it religiously. I wanted the games and so on. Like I've bought probably the games from like, you know, way back in the day, like Budokai to, not now, I've stopped playing them, but still I believe they're great. And so I've been a really good Dragon Ball Z fan for a very long time, for I guess for the past at least 13 years, probably even longer. I remember Dragon Ball Z a little bit, but not as much, and so I've fully seen the series a couple of times, and so now kind of looking forward, looking kind of to the present, a couple of months ago we kind of heard a couple of things. One, we had this whole new movie that Toriyama just made, a couple, I think it was a year ago, or it's been kind of a while, called Battle of the Gods, and then he made this recent one called Resurrection F, and then he's making this series called Dragon Ball Super. And first I kind of want to talk about the movies, then talk about Super and kind of where it's headed and kind of where I think it's going to go. And so Dragon Ball, so the movies, I've seen both of those movies. I didn't catch the first movie in theaters. I just was busy at the time, but I've kind of finally catched it a couple of weeks ago in preparation for the second movie, which I did catch. And I was very skeptical when they announced it. I just wasn't sure what they're going to do with it, where it's going to go. And I think what I really think is it just doesn't fit. That story of the Battle of the Gods doesn't fit for like an actual Dragon Ball, what I would call Dragon Ball Z. I was talking to my brother a couple of days ago. We were kind of comparing those two movies, and he kind of said this is more for an audience that likes Dragon Ball, who likes the original roots of the thing. And I think it's quite so. What I really find cool is they kind of reintroduce some couple of characters. Like the bad guys that used to be in Dragon Ball are now kind of in. They try to put them back in Super. I like how I felt like in Dragon Ball Z there was a couple of characters that you just lost track of, and I felt like in the Dragon Ball Battle of the Gods they kind of came back, with that party, and I think they did a good job with the story, but I just felt like it was a really forced movie. The bosses, I just didn't feel good. But I do like the new characters, Wiz and Garrus, and I think they make for good characters. I think where it kind of really sucked, although some people liked it, was like, Goku was not victorious in that movie. I thought it really did not climax well. Like that battle just didn't. There was not a true ending. The fight was alright. It's not what you're expecting for Dragon Ball Z, and so on. And so this kind of brings me up to the Resurrection F and kind of what I was thinking. Before that movie, I was very mixed going into that movie, because I knew, I thought they did a good attempt on the first, but I think they just did not nail it. And I thought you in this second one, with the story with being Frieza and stuff, you almost have to nail it. And I honestly now think Resurrection F is probably one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies. I don't think it's the best, because there is pretty good lineage. There's pretty good. If you look at kind of the history of Dragon Ball Z, there's some really good movies. If you look at the Broly series, or you look at the story of Bardock, they do quite well with those stories. And so, but I thought they brought this character, and the story made perfect sense. I thought, and that's what I really liked about it. The story was very cohesive. You kind of understand how Frieza was resurrected, and that he trained. And then I like kind of some of the inventions. I'm going to kind of maybe spoil this because I do kind of want to talk about kind of throughout the story. And so like I liked how they brought back time and kind of they talked about how Wiz could do that. I thought that was a real cool like way of ending that film, was bringing back time and then defeating Frieza. And I thought they did a heck of a job kind of doing that story really well. I liked how they brought, some of these old characters and let them fight. What I really liked about that was actually that they did not get defeated, because if you watch Dragonball Z, you always see them getting defeated and getting defeated and getting defeated. And in this story, like they don't like it was actually very much like a one-sided affair during that entire movie. It was like who was going to win. And it was cool. I think the coolest thing was, Vegeta becoming Super Saiyan God, which actually is kind of really cool, because of just, there's always been a sense that Goku is better than the rest. And now I think they kind of make them both even right now, at least at this point being. And I thought what my brother would point out is like they showed their flaws. They showed Goku's flaws and they showed Vegeta's flaws really well. Like they couldn't work together, and I thought that was a really good thing. And I thought the new characters they introduced from the last movie really did well coming into this movie, and they became characters of their own. And I'll be excited to see what they do with those characters kind of moving forward. And so I think they did a great job. They definitely raked in the money. I think they made $6 million total in America or for that first week, and then I think they had the biggest opening in Japan, which means it shows you why Dragon Ball is king. They beat out like Fast and Furious 7, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think they made close to at least $70 million box wide, and probably they may have made more, I'm not sure. I don't have recent data in terms of that. And so they definitely crushed it with this movie, and I think they definitely got the support. What I liked about that Dragon Ball Z movie that I forgot to mention is it felt right. It felt like a Dragon Ball Z movie. Like they had this immediately when they had the voices, I was like, this is what I've been wanting. And I think that's one of the few things, like up to this point with the new series coming out and then that other movie, it hasn't felt right. It doesn't feel like Dragon Ball Z is coming back. There's maybe something new, but it's just you're not sure about it. I think with this movie, it definitely proves to the American people that this is going to happen. And kind of moving forward with Dragon Ball Super. So what we know so far is they kind of rehash the lines with leading into Battle of the Gods. I think they may redo Battle of the Gods with this new story. And then I think what would be probably the most smartest thing is already know that there's 7 other destroyer gods besides Garrus and Wiz. And so what I would propose that they would do is like a martial arts tournament, kind of their champion versus the other champions, and make it like a very high stakes, whoever loses destroys the world or something crazy like that. And I think that would probably build a very cool start of the story. It would introduce new worlds. It would provide a new storyline. You use both Vegeta and Goku as the main story points. Although I'll be interested. It's interesting what they do. One of the things I do propose, I wish they would consider, is why not take some of these characters that you've had for a very long time, and make them more powerful. Like make Krillin more powerful, make Piccolo more powerful through like a variety of different ways. And that's what I liked about like Bleach, is that they did that when they felt like they hit the limit, is they found other ways to do that. And so that's what I hope they kind of take examples from anime that have faced that problem, and I hope they consider fixing it. Hopefully, my biggest hope, please fix Trunks. I hated Trunks in GT. Please fix Trunks, please. And so I'm excited for the show. I don't know how I'm going to react to it. I'm excited for what they do with the dub. I'm really that's what I'm waiting for more so than anything. I hope that there's more. It gets